Another episode of On the Road with the Loan Signing System. Here was signing agent Robin. Her story, like every single one of these stories, is super inspiring. Robin is a laid off teacher who then became a signing agent and now makes $9,700 a month. When I say that, Robin, how does that feel?
It feels so amazing. It really does. It's been a long journey.
I'm so excited. Well, let's talk about that journey right now. So, have you seen a few of these episodes? I start off every episode with the exact same question, and that is, why did you choose to become a signing agent?
I chose to become a signing agent because I had no other choice. I was looking for something that was going to pay the bills. I was looking for something that wasn't teaching. I was laid off twice in 10 years. And I needed something. I was working a temporary job month to month, and I was fearful of not being able to pay my bills. I was running low on savings, and then I ended up at a point where I couldn't make my car payments.
Oh my gosh. First off, thank you so much for sharing it. And I can feel and see just the rawness in that answer. And, I appreciate it because you're not the only person who gets laid off. You're not the only person who can't make their car payment because of that, and I don't think I've mentioned yet, but you're also a single mom. And so talk about some of the pressures that go along with that and kind of, the journey from being laid off and feeling the pressure of raising a family. And because I think that's what I want to inspire someone with today.
So I have 3 kids, 2 teenagers, and a 24-year-old that lives with me. And putting food on the table, extremely hard when you're making very little money and living off of savings. Getting the courage to actually go out and work and find a new career, extremely difficult, and a lot of self-defeating thoughts where you have to work through those. And just the anxiety of going to work every day and not knowing if you're going to make enough money to like pay your rent, pay your car payment, feed your kids, and they have sports activities after school, things like that.
Well, I just want to say thank you. You're so brave to share your story, and I know that there's another single mom or even single dad who is experiencing that. And so once again, thank you. And I think being a signing agent is the best business in the world because not only are you now making more money than you were as a teacher, but you're able to provide for your children. I'm guessing here that your children now probably look at mom as Superwoman, like you now own a flourishing business. Talk about how they look at you now, and the fact that you now went from a teacher to a businesswoman.
Well, I think that they were really proud of me being a teacher, but then kind of like, well, yeah, my mom's a teacher. But now that I have my own business, they're like, Mom, can you schedule in some time to go to my baseball game? Can you not be late? Or can you take the weekend off to take me to my my wrestling tournament? And those are the things that I struggled with. I was always at home on weekends, lesson planning, grading papers, taking care of other people's kids. And now they're really excited to have me home with them on the times that they really need me and at their events.
And Robin, I never really thought of it like that. That's like really like deep, like you always, your family almost got neglected, and that it's because of you're taking care of other people's family. And I always think teachers are like the most underpaid vocation in America, and you really put a new spin and light on it for me. I never even thought about it like that. But now that you are a signing agent and you can work when you want to work, and let's be honest, teachers don't get paid enough. Is it safe to say now you're making more money as a signing agent than you were as a teacher?
I'm making more money and I have more free time. So being able to go out and get business that's going to pay me top dollar for what I do, and being able to spend time with my family at the same time is valuable. I'm making more than I was when I was teaching, and I'm really, really grateful for this program and for the industry, allowing me to be able to do that.
Oh, I love it. And thank you again. This is like really emotional and raw. And so thank you. The fact that like being a signing agent has changed your family's trajectory. I'm not even talking from an income perspective. I'm talking, like you said, a family time perspective. Talk about why you love being a signing agent as a whole.
Well, I love being able to go in and meet people, go different places, be on the road. I love being able to explain because I'm still teaching something, right? So that's part of my passion, but I'm still able to teach, my signers something. I love working with escrow and learning that side of the business as well. Just helps me be more knowledgeable of documents. But I love the free time that I can schedule in, and I love working for myself. I've got the best boss in the world.
Yeah, which is you, right?
Exactly.
I love it. What you said is something what I thought was very intriguing, and that's the fact that we are teachers. I never really thought about it like that, but being able to work on your passions of teaching is like such a really cool way of looking at this business because I always love walking with so many homeowners and like first time home buyers who are just kind of eager and being part of the American dream, but the teaching aspect of it, I think is really, really cool to think about. But yes, I'm so happy you found the loan signing system and I'm just so proud of you. And if I don't say that enough, Robin, please let me say I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I mean, honestly, when you start getting to the $9,000-$10,000 a month range, like you're ready for a signing service. And
I've been talking about it. It's in the talking phase. It took me a long time to talk myself into becoming a signing agent and to believe in myself to take that step to like go out of my comfort zone. And then now I'm really am thinking because I have a lot of signings that I have to turn down. So I'm definitely thinking that way.
well, what I just heard was something awesome. Is that there's so many signings that you are turning down.
Exactly.
How good does that feel from where you came from to where you are today?
Oh, that's absolutely amazing. I mean, I started with just signing services, begging and pleading, please let me take this one. I'll take this one. Oh, it's 9 o'clock at night. Definitely, I'll take it. Oh, I have to travel 30 minutes. Okay, I'll take it. I want the experience. I need the money. I'm going to do anything. And now I'm like, I'm not going to do that signing service one because, my direct client has this one. And then they're like, oh, wait, can you do 3, 4 in a day? And I'm like, oh, my schedule's not allowing it. Let me see if I can help you with that. Or they have to send it off to a signing service. So I'm kind of like getting in there and trying to give them some value, like, oh, I've got some connections. But so there's the signing service portion of it right there.
I'm so proud of you. Listen to the way you're speaking, Robin, the confidence, the businesswoman in you. Like, you
Oh,
know exactly the next phase of this journey. And I mean, Robin, your goal needs to have a signing service. And I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, you're going to crush that side of the business too, man. So, there's a few things that I want to talk about next. And that's just kind of the journey from zero signings, working with signing services to now making $9,000 a month. So let's inspire people with kind of the journey because as you know, Robin, there's some students who get the loan signing system course and within a month they're making $5,000, right?
right.
And there's some students who are making $10,000 a month by their 6 month. Your journey is not that, and so
No.
I want to inspire people with your journey specifically because I think it is so awesome to hear. So let's start people back from the beginning of your journey. I know, and so let's make. If I'm missing anything, stop me, interrupt me. So you became a loan signing system student. Before we jump into that, real quick, let's inspire some people. You were never, like, even your teaching career, you were never a mortgage officer, an escrow officer, a real estate agent before you became a loan signing agent.
No, I did have a commission previous when I had gotten laid off before. I did probably a handful of signings, had no clue what I was doing, and totally gave up.
Okay. Well, sometimes in these interviews, I like to speak to certain people. So if there's another teacher out there who's thinking about doing this part time, I mean, what would you say to another teacher right now who's like, look, you know what a teacher's salary is. What would you say to the teacher looking at this who's like, I know not the first thing about an adjustable rate mortgage, a HELOC, a reverse. What would you say to them trying to encourage them?
Read the documents. Honestly, like we as teachers, we read through everything, we pick it apart. Most of us are super quick learners. Don't be afraid to read it. Don't be afraid to make that first step. Jump into it. And you're going to make mistakes just like our students made mistakes, right? But, we're there to correct those mistakes and we're there to learn from those just like we teach our students to do. So don't be afraid. We're students in the beginning and somebody else is our teacher. And then eventually you get to the point where you're the master and you get to teach other people.
Oh, I love the way you fund that, because you're right. I mean, teachers by nature, somebody has to learn something and then reteach it. And that's all you're doing as a signing agent or entering any new profession in general, is you're learning it. But teachers always kind of that knack for learning. And so, as you can imagine, I get emails from teachers all the time saying, Mark, and of course I can say yes, but they think I'm trying to sell a course,
Right.
but a former teacher, I think is encouraging. So if you're a teacher out there watching this, this is such an easy transition. It's nothing that can't be taught. So thank you for hopefully inspiring a teacher watching this today. But let's inspire everybody, whether a loan signing system student or not. So you bought the course back in January of 2019. So you've been a loan system student for about a year and a half, but you actually didn't start getting your first signing for 5 months. So it took you about 5 months of being a loan signing system student before you actually got your first signing. So let's talk through that. Why did it take, I don't want to say it long, because everyone's journey is their own journey, but why did it take you 5 months before you got your first signing? And by the way, people watching this right now, she now makes $9,700 a month. So before we get into your journey, I want to give you a lot of props for and kudos for not giving up. A lot of people would have thrown in the towel. You didn't, and now look what you're reaping. So talk to people why it took you 5 months to get that first signing.
So I signed up in January. I started going into the classes. I was reading all the documents in there. I was watching the videos multiple times, taking notes. And then I signed up for SnapDocs, and I started signing up for signing services. I had all my stuff in there, and I started getting little pings from SnapDocs. I'm like, no, I can't do that one. No, can't do that one either. Oh no, I don't think I'm ready. I need to study some more. And so I just kept talking myself down, like, no, you can't do this. You're not ready for this. It's just not your thing, and then I had to start really thinking, like, you bought this program to believe in yourself, because I had no confidence that I could do this. I was afraid to work for myself. I was afraid of not receiving that paycheck that I was getting from my temporary job. And my job was extended from month to month. And so my cash was dwindling in my savings account. My paycheck was very minimal, and I needed something. My car payment was due. I couldn't pay it. It was late. And I'm like, I need to start taking this, and I just need to jump in, get my feet wet. Mark said, you're going to make mistakes, just correct them. And I kept telling myself this, and I kept hearing your voice in my head, encouraging me to just go. And I'm like, I know that sounds really hokey, but that's what was happening. And so then I just basically, I took the next thing, and I ended up calling into work late so that I could do it in the morning. And I ended up doing the signing, dropped it off at FedEx, and then I went to work. And I was like, hey, I lived through this. And I said, okay, let's accept more. And I'm like, I don't care when the money gets to me. This is new, a challenge for me. And so let's do this. Let's see how much I can make. And I surprised myself the first month. I made $1,800 after work, and every day after work, except for that one that I went in late. And just like 1 or 2, sometimes 3 I crammed in, and I really stacked my weekends. As soon as those pings started coming in, I would take anything and everything. I didn't care where it was.
Okay, so there's so much amazingness you just said. The first thing I want to say is, once again, thank you for your honesty and rawness. The system was working, you were getting notifications. You chose not to accept the notifications because you weren't believing in yourself. I think a lot of signing agents have that same issue, and I appreciate you saying that you heard my voice, because I do believe in every single one of you so much, and sometimes we're our own biggest critic. And it's really honest and nice to hear that you had some of those self-doubts, because like I said, there's loan signing system students who've had the course for 3 months who get that notification, and then they're scared to hit yes because they're scared of failure, they're scared of making a mistake, they're scared of whatever the reason is. And so I think it's really honest and transparent that you are sharing that, I just didn't take any signings because of the self-doubt I had.
Yeah.
And if there is a student watching this who shares the same self-doubt, I want you to be inspired by Robin, because she now is a $9,000 a month signing agent. So you can get through that self-doubt. You can get through that fear, and there is amazingness on the other side. Let Robin's journey inspire you. Thank you so much for being honest, because there's some students who are in the Facebook group and part of the community who just don't really see anything, who don't say anything because they're in the background, because they're kind of where you were. And so thank you again for just talking through that.
And I was on the Facebook page, and I would see people posting all their wins, and I'm like, yes, that's so exciting. I'm so happy for them. And then they would post another win, and I'm like, yes, they're doing it, they're doing it. And then I'm like, no, I can't do that one yet. Nope, can't do that one yet either. But I'm like watching all these people win, and then one day I was just like, your car payment's due. It's late, and all these people are doing it. So why can't you? And so I bit the bullet and I jumped in, and I was scared. I thought I was going to make all kinds of mistakes. And you know what? I just followed the coursework, and I double checked, I triple checked, and it worked out. Like, there wasn't a problem.
Yeah, I would say it worked out at $9,000 a month.
Absolutely.
I get so excited for you. This is amazing. Okay, so what I kind of heard too, and we'll bridge into kind of when it starts scaling, but I wanted to not over glance this 5 months of no work, because there's some students just throw in the towel, and you didn't, and now you're at $9,000 a month, and that's inspiration with itself. So I want any loan signing system student, and even if you're not a loan signing system student, stick with it. You can do it. You're amazing. I believe in you. Robin believes in you. There's business for every single one of us. So don't give up. Look at fear straight in the face. And I always like to say, punch fear in the face and let them know who's boss. So proud of you that you did it. So month number 5, you got laid off in January from being a teacher, and then you were taking temp work, right? And so,
yeah.
So what I want to kind of inspire a little bit really quickly is, you were doing signings around your full-time temp work.
Mm-hmm.
And you were doing $1,800 a month.
Right.
Because there's some people out there, who are just full-time employees who look at this opportunity like, hey, can I really make money on nights and weekends? And you're telling me right now that you did that.
Yeah, I took as many signings as I could stack in a day after work. I tried to schedule in my kids' events as well, but weekends, they were pretty much stacked with any kind of signing that I could possibly get. In the evenings, I was taking anything I could possibly get as well, even the late night signings. And so, yeah, I would take whatever they gave me, because I needed that extra income. I really did. I had bills from when I was teaching full-time, getting a full-time salary from teaching. I got my salary cut drastically. I'm talking like I was only making a third of what I was making as a teacher at my temp job. And so my savings dwindled, and I needed something. I was forced into this because of my need, and it was the best push I've ever gotten.
And there's no such thing as accidents, right? And
right.
Like I said, I overlook your perseverance, because you could have given up after month number 2, 3, 4, 5. You stuck with the system, and you stayed in contact with the community. And those little things I want other signing agents to be inspired by. So even if you're a loan signing system student, kind of just in the background, just stay contacted with the groups, stay engaged with the community, and you'll get to the point where Robin is, where it's like it's now or never, and you're now turned out to be phenomenal. So, I just wanted to quickly inspire somebody who's looking at this opportunity. Maybe it's a part-time opportunity, and you're making $1,800 a month part-time. So let's talk people through that. So how many months were you working part-time before you finally said, boom, I need to go full-time?
Well, they ended my contract in August. So from May to August, I was part-time doing signings, and I was working full-time at my temp job. And then at the end of August, I jumped in full force. And so September, that was my first month full-time as a signing agent.
How much money did you make your full-time?
I'm sorry?
How much money did you make your first month going full-time?
$7,400.
$7,400 going full-time. Robin, I hope people are listening to this.
Yeah. So I was super stoked that I'm like, okay, I can do this. I'm going to take all the signing services, all the signing service jobs that I possibly can. But I've also been out marketing as much as I possibly could, getting my name out there, introducing myself, popping in and reminding them that I was still out there. And so at that point, I had already had 2 escrow officers that were using me, intermittently. So I had these direct signings and I'm like, I want more. I'm hungry. And so I went out like on those days that I didn't have signings or in between signings, I would be popping in at different escrow offices and at different title offices. I just popped in some brokers offices and I'm like, this is who I am. And so now, yeah, I've got my direct signers.
I could just feel the passion. I mean, look, you said you were hungry. Momentum creates momentum is what I teach you students. And what I love is, you said it earlier, and I'm going to give you credit for it again, is, successful people don't reinvent the wheel. You are an implementer. You got the system and you just put into place what you were learning. There was no reinventing the wheel, and now you are crushing it. So congratulations again. So there's something I want to hit on, because now you get 90% of your business solely through escrow offices, and
Correct.
you fit services if you have nothing else to do, which I love, by the way, because I tell all your students to diversify your income. If you're sitting on your hands, work for signing services. If you're not, go direct. So I love that you're still fitting in signing service in between a couple of your direct appointments. But I want to talk about this direct aspect, because there's signing agents watching this right now who are scared to make that step. So before we talk about how you punched fear in the face, I want to ask you, because there's other teachers out there, you don't come from a sales background. You don't
Not
come
at
from
all.
a car salesman or a cell phone salesman or a pharmaceutical representative. You're a career teacher, and a teacher turned into a hungry signing agent. So, do you have any sales background before this? And frankly, are we really even in sales?
No, we're not in sales, and I couldn't sell you anything. I would tell you all the bad things about it and you'd never buy it.
I love it. And to have talked to another teacher, right? And once again, I want to inspire teachers who are underpaid, in my opinion. I mean, you're a teacher with a background. Do you think any teacher can duplicate what you've done for your family?
Oh, absolutely. This all you need to do is understand the documents. All you need to do is understand people. We're good with people. We deal with people all day long, whether they're adults, whether they're children, we deal with them. And we're able to read people, I think, on a different level than, just other people out there. And we have the heart to help. And so I think that from my perspective, I'm helping people get their loans. I'm helping people be comfortable signing for these loans through all these documents that they've never seen before. They're unfamiliar. They're maybe nervous about buying a home or selling their home. I'm there to help them, to make them comfortable. And as teachers, that's what we do. We make our students comfortable. And so these are kind of students for us because we're teaching them and walking them through the process.
This is what's amazing is you're taking the strength from your current career, from your skill set, and turning it into a career as a business owner. And everybody from any walk of life, Andrew Weitzman was an accountant. He had the same conversation. His skill set was numbers, and like what we're working for. His skill set wasn't teaching. His skill set wasn't helping others. He was a numbers guy, but he still spun that as a benefit to his business. And you did the same thing with yours. So no matter what walk of life you're from, you can always take the strengths from your current career and turn that into a strength in your signing agent business. And that's the beautiful part about these interviews. I try to interview all you students from different walks of life, because you can be a teacher, you can be a paralegal, you can be a flight attendant, you can be an accountant and still be an amazing, successful signing agent. So I love how you spoke to a teacher right here and said, look, you can take what we're good at naturally and become this, because we're not in sales. I don't teach you guys to be in sales. I teach you guys to show value, give value, present the value that you offer, and that turns into signings. And the best part about these interviews, if you know what to listen for, you're dropping nuggets right now on how you market direct, on what it is to be a good signing agent. So I'm hoping LSS students are really listening to what you're saying. And if you're not an LSS student, you don't have to take my course to get nuggets that I teach in my course, because Robin just dropped fire. So let's talk about that transition. You made the decision, you were hungry. So then, month number 3, 4, you started going to 5,000 and 6,000 and 7,000, and ultimately you ended up at $9,000 a month. So talk about that journey when you start scaling it. How did that look? How did it work? Was it, and talk about the direct aspect versus the signing service.
So I kind of just let it go. Like I tried to control everything in the beginning when I was working with the signing services. Like, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get that. But when I went full time, I was like, okay, I have to take whatever I can. But then that's when I started getting more and more calls from my escrow officers because they knew I was going full time now. And they knew that I was available because I would pop in and I would say, hey, you know what? My availability opened up. I'm pretty much available whenever you need me. I don't have to turn you down anymore. And they're like, great, are you available at 3 p.m. today? They were like, here, let me, they were calling me, they were texting me. So I was like picking up more and more direct. But I had more downtime too, because I was like making, the same money. So I had to like bump up my goals for the month.
Right.
Like, I'm like, okay, so I'm making 5,000 a month. I need to make 6,000 a month. I need to make 8,000 a month. I'm like, you know what? 10,000. I'm making 10,000. I came $300 short from $10,000. I'm like, ugh. So my goal is just keep marketing and just go out and keep making people know that you are available.
Oh, that is a loan signing system way. Stay relentless, Robin. Let's go. I get so excited. And what the best part about you is I feel your passion. I feel your enthusiasm, not only for the business, but for life. Like I feel this unbridled passion. You know where you're going. You know you're going to make six figures. You know you're going to be a signing service. And that's why I do this, man, is this has always been inside of you.
It's always been inside of me, but I let my mind stop me. That self negative self talk was like bringing me down in the beginning, and then once I let go of that, and I kept saying, "You can do this. Just up it. You're gonna make more this month. You're gonna make more this month." And when I see my numbers getting, almost there, and it's getting towards the end of the month, I'll take some extra signing service jobs because I want to make those goals and I want to push myself further.
Let's go. And we can share that you're having the best start to a month you've ever had. We're 11 days in and you're already done. How much money have you done 11 days into this month?
I think we're at $4,700 right now.
$4,600, 11 days into this month. I hope people are hearing that.
But that's just my direct ones. I think I've done another like 1,500 to 2,000 in signing service.
I mean, you're going to hit the 10K club. You're going to get your plaque and you're going to walk across stage at conference this year. There's no hoping you're going to do it. Oh, man, I hope people are just feeling your enthusiasm for this business. I mean, let's talk about that real quick. I mean, do you feel like becoming a signing agent has really made you just smile ear to ear and have a glow and wake up and just have a whole new just embracement on life?
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm making my own schedule. I know when I have to get up super early in the morning and drive to Santa Clarita from Orange County. Or I know that, you know what, I can sleep in until 7 o'clock today. I know that I'm going until like 11 o'clock at night because I have an appointment scheduled. So I'm able to like predict what my day is going to kind of look like, even though I'm getting calls throughout the day saying, hey, can you do this last minute signing here and there? But I know exactly like, when I can put in a little bit of time for me. So like that makes me super happy.
So I can feel the happiness. So happy for you. Okay, cool. So let's kind of go in the last two questions here because I know you have another signing. She is doing this in between signings, by the way. She had an 8:30 and she has a 1 o'clock. So thank you for sharing your story with everyone to help everyone get inspired by this amazing industry. So let's do what I always ask is one tip you would give a signing agent to help grow their business.
Walk into that escrow office, walk into that title office, walk in up to that broker, that real estate agent, go and talk to them. They are people just like you and me, and they need you.
They need you. They need you. So your piece of advice is having signing agents understand that the person on the other side puts their pants on one leg at a time like us. They have interests just like us. They're humans just like they have children just like you. They might be a single mom just like you. They're just humans. Is that what you're trying to relay?
Absolutely. I mean, I was so nervous the first time I walked in. I didn't know if I'd say the right things. I used your script. I wrote it down in my own words. I forgot every word of it. And I walked in and I'm like, oh, hi. my name is Robin. I am a local notary, and like I'm mobile and I'll go anywhere you need me to go. Like, and I was fumbling over my words and they were just very gracious and very kind.
I love that you said that, because I think that's the fear of so many is, you know, experience is our best teacher, right? I can give you a script, and the first 2 or 3 times you might fumble through the script, but number 3, 4, 5, you're going to have that script down, right? And then what I love about this story too is, again, you're an implementer. You walked in and you knew what you had to say because I told you to say it, and it was just a matter of getting yourself in there. And so I really love that you're encouraging new signing agents and loan signing system students. It's like, look, you're gonna be bad in that 1, 2 times. I'd like to sit on this webinar right now and be like, look, I have the answer. You're going to say my script and you're never going to be nervous. I know that's not true.
No, because I sat in my car. I sat in my car like 20 minutes before I walked in, and I was like, okay, you can do this. Just walk in, reading through my script, reading through it, and I still forgot it because I'm not a script person. I'm a people person. I'm a one-on-one kind of person. I need to talk to you. I need to be real, and I can't be fake. And reading that script to me gave me the information I needed, but I needed to be real about it.
That's right. And I tell always the same thing. My script is always meant to be a foundation. In fact, I don't want you saying it word for word, but I want you to know exactly the talking points you need to do, turn it into your own personality, into your own words, and you can get direct business just like Robin. So I love, love, love that piece of advice. They're humans just like us. And I think we put them on a pedestal because we are asking for business. So I think if we understand that if we're just out there trying to create relationships and not try to always take, which is the loan signing system way, right? You're there to actually give and add value. It's become such an easier mindset to go out and market. And that's why you guys aren't in sales, right? I don't teach you to be salesmen. I teach you to be value givers. We've propositioned the value you offer. That's how we teach it here at the loan signing system. And I love that you're proof that it works, man. It's so, so rad. Let's go. I just get so excited for your future. Okay, cool. Last question. I always ask because you're one of the best people to ask this question to, because it took you 5 months to create the courage just to hit accept on a text message. I'm not talking about walking in and talking to somebody. You were so nervous, you had so much self-doubt that you didn't even want to hit accept on a text message notification when there was no human interaction. So you're the perfect person to ask this to. What is something you were nervous about in the beginning of your journey that now, a year and a half later, you're like, man, what was I even nervous about that to begin with? What is that you can help someone else kind of over the edge on theirs?
I was afraid to fail. Like, that was the biggest thing. I needed money, and I already felt like I had failed my last career because I left it, and that really hurt. And so finding a new career where I could be successful just seemed miles away. And so just that fear kept me from pushing that button to say accept. Yeah, I would say I'm not available, whatever. But like, once I did accept that, my fear kind of dissipated, and I was kind of like, oh, it wasn't that bad, you know. But then, I had to go do the signing, and so I was fearful of that, and it went well. And so I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I can do this. And the more and more experience I got, the more and more I said, you know what? Why were you so afraid of that to begin with? Because I was keeping myself back.
Well, Robin, I think you said something that was so powerful that I don't even know if you realize how powerful it was. You felt so bad, or you got so discouraged. I don't know what the appropriate word is, that you said you failed your last career, that you were scared you're going to fail another career. Like, wow, that's crazy deep, right? I mean, the fear of like failing from something so massive, a career, right? The fear of like not letting your family down again, not letting yourself down again is like, I can't possibly go into something else and fail again because I don't know if I can handle failure for a second or third time. Like, wow, that was crazy deep. And so thank you for sharing that moment, but thank you for punching fear in the face and saying, I can do this. It's amazing what happens when our back's against the walls, right? It's amazing what we're capable of. And like I taught you guys at conference, if there was a fire in front of you, you would rescue your family across from it. if that, all you have to do is have that same mentality every single day, is I'll do whatever it takes to get over that hump, over that fire, punching fear in the face. And thank you for inspiring people that if Robin, who was scared to death of hitting accept on a text message, can now be a $9,700 a month signing agent, can do it, you can do it too. Robin, congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for the future. I can't wait to see you walk across stage with a $10,000 plaque. I mean, think about that one more. I mean, let's just talk. I mean, my mind gets so just in awe of your strength and your courage and your bravery. You were scared to hit yes on a text message. And now you're so hungry, you can't stop marketing your business.
Yep.
You can do it. Can someone else do it?
It's totally doable. You just got to have the right mindset. You got to change that mindset. You got to walk through that fear, and you got to be okay with reinventing yourself. If you're moving careers, you got to be okay with reinventing yourself, because that new invention is just an extension of what you were before.
Robin, this was like amazing. I enjoyed this so much. Yes, I'm going to leave with that. I'm speechless. That was amazing. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. I couldn't agree more. So with that being said, Robin, go out, get to your 1 o'clock signing. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you at conference, give you a big hug, high five, and have you walk across that stage as the newest member of the $10,000 a month club. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, Robin, go crush the next signing. I'll see you in a few months. Bye.
Okay, bye.